Potter and his wife live a happily peaceful life together. Everyone, including the king, respects the Potter. Things were very nice in the country for quite a while. Then, one day, a neighboring enemy decided to attack. They wanted to take the king's country and all of his money. The king was afraid and called his generals to the palace. He needed a general to lead his troops against the enemy. He asked for a volunteer. The generals all ran to the front line. They looked across at the enemy. The enemy was powerful. They had lots of big bully soldiers. Their weapons were fearsome. The generals went back to the king. They all told him that they could not lead his troops. The enemy was much too strong. The king was greatly troubled. He consulted everyone. Finally, someone suggested that he called the Potter. After all, he was the strongest man in the country. He had captured the famous tiger. The king called for a Potter. He explained his problem. The Potter told the king that he would go to the front line to fight the enemy. When he went home to get ready, the Potter told his wife, "I will ride my donkey to the border." Just then a courtier arrived from the palace. He was leading a fine high-spirited stallion. He said, "Here, Potter, it is a fine horse for you to ride to the border." The Potter turned pale. He had never ridden a horse. How could he ever ride a horse as strong and spirited as this one? Finally, he said to his wife, "I will ride at night, so no one will see me. Tie me to the horse, and I will ride him to the border." The Potter got inside the saddle. His wife put the rope around his shoulder and under the saddle. The horse was getting very impatient. Finally, it was galloping away. It ran like the wind. The Potter hung on for dear life. The horse galloped faster and faster. The Potter reached out for a branch of a willow to try to slow himself down. He was going so fast that the tree could not stop him. It just came up by the roots in his hands. The Potter rode off carrying the tree. The Potter and his horse got close to the enemy camp. The enemy soldiers saw him coming. When they saw him coming, they saw a man carrying a large tree. Only a huge, strong man could carry such a big tree. The enemy soldiers all ran to their generals. They told them, "Sir, we cannot fight against tree monsters. Stories do get bigger the more often they are told." They said, "We must surrender immediately and go home." The enemy generals wrote a letter of surrender to the king as the enemy soldiers returned to their country as fast as they could. 이거 어디서 난 거죠? The Potter rode home from the front line, got off his horse. The Potter and the horse was exhausted. The village scholar rode to the capital and told the king that the story of the battle was not even a battle. The king was amazed to hear that the Potter single-handedly defeated the enemy. He gave the Potter even more money, gold, and gems. He appointed the Potter commander-in-chief of all the troops in the country.